Every year, millions of people die or get seriously injured from car accidents, and even more from not wearing their seatbelts. What many people do not realize is that most accidents occur within 25 miles away from home. In a most recent survey, people have confessed to not wearing their seatbelts while going into town or somewhere close because they think that they know the roads very well and that nothing will ever happen to them. And others have said that they wear them when they are going on long road trips. In late May, I had my first car accident that I should not have walked away from if it wasn't for my seatbelt. I was on my way to my boyfriend's graduation and it had just got done raining, so the roads were still slick. I was coming over a hill and I had tapped my brakes and I had lost control of my car. I ended up hitting a ditch and rolling. I could have been ejected if it wasn't for my seatbelt. Seatbelts save thousands of lives every day. They aren't made to be comfortable, they're there for your safety. And I know many complain, but they're there to protect you. An average of 883 lives have died due to not wearing their seatbelts, and 436 of them could have been prevented if they would have worn their seatbelts. The history of seatbelts goes clear back to 1885 when they were first used to prevent ejections from horse-drawn carriages. In 1961, American Seatbelt Council formed to create production and quality standards for seatbelts. In 1963, they were then put into airplanes and race cars. 23 states had laws requiring seatbelts in front of outboard seating positions for all new cars. After this, it made more sense to put them in all new cars. As the years went on, many seatbelt laws were created due to injuries and fatalities in car accidents. The first set of laws for seatbelts were in the mid-1980s when 48 states have had laws that require people to buckle up. But the usage dropped when restraints became standard equipment. Laws mandate that buckling up can increase seatbelt use to more than 80%. In 2010, 26 states had laws that allow backseat passengers to travel without their seatbelts. Now, all 50 states require every passenger in a vehicle to have a seatbelt on. But in order to be fined for not wearing your seatbelt, an officer will have to pull you over for a separate violation. And your fine will be $30 on top of whatever else the officer will fine you for. The statistics prove how many lives would be saved if everyone wore their seatbelt. 333,000 people are killed in vehicle accidents each year. 45 to 60% of seatbelts reduce the risk of death and have nearly saved 300,000 lives since 1975. The NHTSA seatbelt use rate was 87% this year. But many lives are lost due to people failing to wear their seatbelts. In 2002, 43,000 people have died in car accidents, and seatbelt data confirms 32,598 of those were involved in fatal accidents. Out of those numbers, 19,000 of them were not wearing their seatbelts, and a total of 4,200 lives could be saved if 90% of them were wearing their seatbelts. In 2016, data confirmed that 90.1% of the United States were wearing their seatbelts. In conclusion, I never knew how important my seatbelt was if it wasn't for my accident. I hope that everyone wears their seatbelts and has learned the importance of wearing them. My views of driving safety are more clear since my realization. I do not leave until everyone in my car is buckled up and my attention is more focused on everything around me and the road conditions.